Hey guys, so we're back once again for another edition of our stocks by request. So in this video, we're gonna do a double down on Dito, on APL, on PHA, and Merrimart, and the custom analysis of the PSEI as a whole. So if you guys are ready, comment I'm ready, comment I want to know more, comment let's begin, and then let's go on this deep dive on the markets. So what's so interesting about the PSEI is it closed down once again, down 1.10% below the 7,000 level, closing at 6,966. What's interesting, once again, is that the index or the market closed at 18.92 billion value turnover, and with another consecutive day of massive transactions from SM. If you remove SM, value turnover is just around 8 billion, 9 billion pesos. So again, whatever you're seeing right now, whatever large value that's happening in the PSEI is predominantly because of what's happening in SM as a whole. So looking at the PSEI, this is how the entire narrative is. So as you can see right here, after the bounce from the 100-day moving average, which happened at the last week of January, which the 100-day moving average proved itself as a very strong support level, we saw it bounce and then enter this channel once again. The channel that I'm talking about is a channel that I've been saying for quite some time already. This is the sideways consolidation channel where the PSEI has been moving. It has been there since November 2020 up until to where we are today. So the whole month of November, the whole month of December, the whole month of January. So you have 12 weeks there, and then you have around 3 weeks or 3 weeks of February. So we have around 15 weeks already of a sideways progression for the PSEI. That being said, MACD is still confirming all of this consolidation that's going on. As you can see right here, even the lines that are projected for MACD are not even pushing higher, showing you that there's no momentum, showing you also that there's no it's really as of this point in time consolidating. RSI is neither overbought nor oversold, and after it bounced right here, from oversold levels brought about also by the sell down that happened at the last week of January, RSI right now is no longer in oversold levels. That being said, after the bounce from the 100-day moving average, what blocked it from pushing higher right now is the 50-day moving average, which is pegging to have a resistance at the 7,100 level. So please do write this down. Current support still right now is 6,800. Current resistance that's keeping it on a sideways consolidation pattern is 7,346. But for the short term, you have a resistance at the 7,100 level. So that's the current narrative for the PSEI as of now. Not a lot of buy ups, not a lot of sell downs. We're still relatively consolidating. So next, let's go to individual stocks. APL, PHA, and Dito. Just so you know, also over the past few weeks, I've been primarily focusing more on U.S. markets and cryptocurrencies. I'm still in Philippine markets, but it's just that with the exception of the ASENs, the MMs, the Ditos, the APLs, the BSCs, the PHA, there's not a lot of movement. Green also, by the way, is doing massively well as compared to what's happening in the cryptocurrency market and what's happening also in the US market as well. So that being said, this is where we are right now. Let's look at APL first. For APL, this is what's going on. As you can see right here, I'll erase some of it so you get to see it clearly. So as you can see right here, for today, APL broke out from this particular level. So at Feb 17, APL broke out from the 0.255 resistance level. That being said, this now transforms itself as the new support level. If you can see it also right here from January, end of January to where we are today, it has consolidated in this very thin sideways range. But also, as you can see right here, if the breakout for APL continues, then it may form in a way a rounding bottom. For those who attended our stock smart sessions, you know the entire context of a rounding bottom. But right now, the whole narrative that you need to watch out for is it needs to stay above the 20-day moving average. It needs to stay above the 0.255 level for this to be actualized, for this to happen, and for the new range to be 0.255 support, 0.44 resistance as a viable and possible move for the stock. As of now, by the time we're making this video, 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages are still bullish. MACD is still above zero, and as you can see right here, it's trying also. It hasn't really crossed if you look at it carefully, but from where it was, from this downward change in direction, this particular movement that you're seeing here, that it was having some downward pushes, that the difference between the lines were relatively bigger. Now it's starting to wane, and there's a possibility that more positive upward buys could make it cross and make it more validate some change in direction for APL. But again, I'll reiterate this. This is predicated on APL staying above the 0.255 level. And that being said, it could validate this upward swing or upward push that we're possibly seeing right here. Next, let's look at PHA. APL, by the way, had a value turnover of 692, and that's what pushed it also, making it a valid push up, making it go up around 9.05%. Next, let's look at PHA. By the way, if you're new to this channel, my name is Marvin Germo. I try to do this on a daily basis, where I analyze, I talk about the top stocks that you guys have been requesting. And for the past weeks, it's always been Dito, MM, ASN, PHA, BSE, APL, around those variations. But please do note this, that no matter how much I talk about this, please never ever buy, sell, hold, or avoid a stock just because it's talked about here in YouTube. Please do remember, it's your money, it's your responsibility. What will make investing in the stock market legit and strong and good if you are analyzing it on your own. That use whatever you get here as information, as data, but at the end of the day, it has to be you who should define what your buy and sell parameters are. It should be you who should define what will cause you to make the trade, what will cause you to take profits. You need to define kailan ka papasok, kailan ka lalabas, because it's never about what stocks you're buying, but it's your rules on why you are getting in on that stock and why you are getting out on that stock. That's what matters the most. That's what's more valuable, and that's what's needed. So there, please do note, but I really do hope that I give as much value to you guys as possible. Anyways, let's continue. For PHA, you can see very, very clear. We've been mentioning this in our other videos, that failure to break out from the 3.4 resistance, failure to break out from the 3.4 resistance. It happened January 19, 2021. Then it tried to do it once again the second week of February. Hit the resistance right here, failed to break out right here, failed to break out once again, failed to break out once again. So 3 straight days of it not breaking out. Then for those who attended their Stock Smart sessions, you know how this bearish signal is. Indecision candle followed by a large red candle. However, right now it's now sitting close to the support. So one thing to watch out for is the 2.54 or 2.55 level is a support level. If it holds its ground, then you could possibly see this, a shorter consolidation. But if it doesn't, then the narrative that a longer slide downward to the main support line of 1.5 is possible. So tomorrow, PHA is currently at the support level, as validated also by our 20-day moving average. MACD is validating also that it's currently consolidating still sideways, no drastic pushes up. For the long term though, 100-day and 200-day moving average still showing us that there's still legs on its bullish move. But for the short term, it's consolidating as confirmed by the 20-day moving average, as confirmed by MACD. And please do note this downward push, 1, 2, 3, 4 days of it going down, was also validated by the RSI cross down right here, which is a short-term bearish signal for all of us. Anyways, again, conditional, watch out, 2.53, 2.538, bounce from this. This could also be a quick trade to 3.25. For those who want to watch out for this, please take note and look at it from this perspective. Let me have my arrow here. There, it's still a 27% spread. Downside risks, though, if this does not hold, possible retracement will be around 38.8%. So there. Comment below if you're learning. Comment if this is something that's helping you. For Mary Mart, this is where we are. I'll try to erase some of this so it's a bit clearer for all of you. So there. It's quite clear, that it tried to break out February 15 last Monday above the 7 peso resistance level, which it did successfully, making it close at the 7.5 mark. Then yesterday, sell down happened. It closed at 7.35. Then today, it closed at 7.2. However, that being said, the 2 red candles that we're seeing here still does not destroy the support level at the 7 peso mark, it still does not destroy the 20-day moving average. So that being said, this is okay, this is legit as long as it stays above the 7 peso mark. The narrative that, hey, could still bounce and go to the 18.15 level is still pretty much possible. So I repeat, as long as it stays above the 7 peso mark, the narrative and the move for it to 8.15 is pretty much possible. The downside target, though, if it does not hold, then it can go back here to the 6.34 level, and then this entire 7.1 area becomes a level of resistance. But as of now, third day after the breakout, Mary Mart 7.17 peso level is still our legit support, or at least our short-term support, confirmed by the 20-day moving average. A change in direction is confirmed by MACD. Current resistance still is at the 8.15 level. And just to reiterate even further, if you stretch this, you will see right here that it's still moving since the IPO on a stronger and looser uptrend, at least on a longer uptrend. It's just that right now it's consolidating for the short term. You could plot this line over here, and that's its main trajectory for Mary Mart. Lastly, let's talk about Dito. And if you're wondering what's Marvin talking about, what does that mean? What is technical analysis? What's the whole narrative in all of this? I'll be having a Zoom course class for Stock Smarts, where we're going to talk about technical analysis, and it will be in the end of February. So at the comforts of your home, if you're an OFW, you are a Filipino based abroad, or you're a Filipino that doesn't want to go out but want to learn and want to do it more than 20 minutes, that it will be 4 days, 4 half days, 2 weekends, Saturday, Sunday afternoon, which will be done online. We're going to do principles, academics, practical exercises, and also simulation of the chart. So that's what you can expect there. We're going to talk about candlesticks, trend lines, support and resistance, moving averages, MACD, RSI, ADX, Bollinger Band, Fibonacci retracements, parabolic SARs, volume bars, ADO, check-in money flow, oscillator, and so much more. So if you want to know more about that, the link is in the description below for those who want to join us and be part of it. But if you want to learn via books, I have books that are available in National Bookstore and Shopee. We have links in the description for those who want to grab a copy on that as well. So for Dito, it's quite obvious, and I think I've mentioned this when I did the Facebook Live. I think it was yesterday or the other day that Dito is forming a consolidation pattern, or at least building a resistance at the 17.8 level. As you can see right here, February 10, hesitation, pushing higher. February 11, reiterating that there was a resistance there. February 15, resistance. February 16, tried to push up. Then February 17, it closed higher than the previous day. As you can see right here, 17.98. This one, sorry, it closed lower than the previous day, but it's still showing us that this area is still a level of resistance. I just want to make it cooler also, the way I would analyze it, in a way that the upward cycle that we're seeing here still pretty much intact. So what would be interesting to watch out for is a 17.83 level, because if Dito stays above the 17.83 level, then the upward push, this short-term consolidation, will be short-lived, and we could possibly see it push higher. So very, very interesting over the next few days is, let's see if 17.83 solidifies itself as a support. Then most likely we could see this upward, short-term upward move that started January 26 to extend, and it will further give legs to this long and massive uptrend that Dito is already having. But if that does not happen, then the possible narrative is it just falls as close as it can to the support at the 14 peso level. So for those who were able to pick this up from the breakout of 14, congratulations to all of you, because this was just a short-term play note. If you look at it, this was 26%, and less than 2 weeks, you're earning 26+%. That's very, very laudable, and that's very, very interesting also. And please do remember, those who bought here, you have different buy and sell signals from those who bought here, from the breakout of the 20-day moving average, and then for those who bought massively earlier from this particular areas as well. So what you will notice here as we start discussing stocks is, you could be watching the same stock, but your entry and exit are all different, and that's what makes it so interesting. Because when it comes to the stock market, it's, again, I'll say this over and over, what's more important is the strategy that you place with it. And if you're following it, that if you say you're buying it because of the cross up from the 20-day moving average, and then you are selling based on the cross down of the 20-day moving average, that actually means that you bought here, and up until now, even though you are making around 47%, you are not selling, you are just holding, and you are still maximizing your gains. And I'll never stop saying this, that the name of the game on investing in the stock market is basically you follow your trading plan, you follow your strategy, and then the only time you sell and you go away from it is when the sell signals start to emerge. So comment below if you're learning, comment if this is something that's helping you and giving you tremendous value. If you are, put in whatever stocks that you guys want me to analyze next, and then we're gonna make more videos on that, either on my other channel or on this channel. And may TikTok na rin ako, by the way. I don't know if you know I have TikTok, but I have TikTok 60-second videos giving you content on how you can invest and trade the markets with confidence as well. So that's it for now. Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. For those, by the way, who are asking about Bitcoin and investing in US markets, we have links below on how you can invest either via CFD route or via buying real stocks or via buying the real coin. The links are there. Click all of them. I use all of them. They are amazing, and they could help you also build an asset that could grow. But please remember, do your research, study, and take the time also to know that in every time that there's an upside, there will always be a negative side to it. There will always be a downside to it. There will always be a chance that you could also lose money. And that's what it is when you invest. That's what it is when you deploy capital. It's not always wins. It's not always gains. But what has to be talked about also are the losses that are attached to it. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you.